Chest. Here we have a pigeon chest. Note the forward projecting sternum and costal cartilages. It may be congenital or secondary to rickets or chronic nasal obstruction in childhood. A pigeon chest where the sternum and costal cartilages are projecting forwards. This is a funnel chest or pes excavatum. Note the exaggerated hollow over the lower end of the sternum. It is often seen in cobblers due to constant pressure of the shoe against the lower part of the sternum, or it may be due to rickets or congenital. It has no specific significance, but in severe cases the heart may be displaced to one side. Now this is a rickety chest with rickety rosary due to bead-like enlargement of costochondral junctions. Watch the two rows of visible beads on either side of the sternum. They are close to the sternum in the upper chest, while the lower ones are situated more laterally. 4th, 5th and 6th costochondral junctions are particularly more enlarged. This is another rickety chest with pigeon chest deformity, that is protruding sternum and Harrison's sulcus. See the transverse grooves along the attachment of diaphragm where the soft rickety chest gets pulled in during inspiration. Watch this chest carefully. You will notice that the apex beat is on the right side. This is a case of dextrocardia. An X-ray will be confirmatory. What you have to remember is that in some cases with dextrocardia, even the abdominal organs will be inverted. So spleen will be on the right side, liver on the left side, and the pain of acute appendicitis is in the left iliac fossa. Watch again the apex beat on the right side. Now in this patient, note the bulging precordium. This is an indication of cardiomegaly. The heart lesion needs to be examined and investigated carefully. The apex beat is heaving, a sign of left ventricular hypertrophy. Watch the bulging precordium and the heaving apex beat. Watch the sustained systolic elevation of the apex beat. Heaving apex beat of left ventricular hypertrophy. Here I am testing for left parasternal heave, which is absent. That is, clinically there is no hypertrophy of the right ventricle. Now in this patient, compare the left side of the lower chest with the right side. The left side shows fullness, the movements are diminished, and the intercostal spaces are relatively bulging. On the normal right side, the intercostal spaces are retracted during inspiration, but on the left side, they are bulging. This type of fullness indicates